Hello everyone and welcome to another Stormworks video. In this video we're going to be covering the update as of today, which is going to be 0.4.22. We're not going to be covering all the features and fixes that I will link in the video description below. However, we are going to just cover a couple of the new features that have been fixed and added to the game today. We're going to go ahead and dive straight into that. So first off, first feature that's quite exciting is that connectors can now be picked up by handles. So any of the connectors, so whether it be the electrical connector or the fluid connector, those can all now be picked up, including the small connectors, can all be picked up by hand. You don't actually have to add a handle onto that, so that's great. That means we can actually probably get our fuel hoses with the connectors on them. We can just pick them up and put them on, so we don't have to have big ugly looking blocks that we have to connect to vehicles, so that's great. Next big one is that engines now catch on fire and explode when overheated. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll test that quickly. I have in the background here is just the engine examples that are released when the major update came out. The next feature that we have is going to be when you look at the advanced engines in advanced mode, there'll actually be a little pop-up tooltip that is going to show you the status of the engine. So it's going to show you if it's got air, electricity, fuel, coolant, so on and so forth. So it's going to make it much easier for us to go ahead and diagnose any issues or any problems that we have, just in case we've mispiped something or we haven't wired up something properly. So that's going to help out a huge amount. And then the last little feature that we are going to be covering today is they've added the electrical components just over here. So that's a new one. So we can now go ahead and actually use the cable. So electric, sorry, not that. If I can find it here, let's just quickly pick it up and find it. Completely lost it now. Where is it hiding? Someone's probably going to say, it's just over there. But I am completely blind. There it is right there. So we can finally use the electric cable. So we can hook up electricity to different components, which mean a lot of people that have made the electricity generator on the workshop, we can actually go ahead and connect those up to recharge different creations, which is going to be great. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, quickly jump in just to see if the actual connectors slash handles are working properly, which is a great little thing. I want to see if that works. And then the next thing is we're going to go and do a couple tests on these engines and see if we can get them to either catch on fire or explode. So first off, what we'll do is we'll quickly just throw down a quick winch, and then what we'll do is we'll add a connector to that, and then we'll see if we can pick up that connector without having a handle on it. So let's go ahead, spawn this in, and let's see what happens. So yeah, you can. There we go. So press E to grab the fluid connector. Hold E or Q to pick up the fluid connector. Great. So hold that down. And let's see if it works. Oh, they're fantastic. So there we go. We have no need to have handles anymore on any of these connectors. That's great. That's a really nice feature request that's come into the game. I'm really happy about that, especially with obviously the survival mode and doing fuel and so on and so forth. So next thing I'm going to talk about is, as I said, is that when you look at the engines over in advancement, there should be a little tooltip that comes up. So let's just go ahead over to our main engine and oh, there you go. So you can see just in the middle of the screen here, we have a status. So we can see here it has fuel, air, exhaust, electric, and coolant. It should be the same for the engines. Yeah, it is too. Great. Okay, so that's going to help a lot to diagnose to see, does anything? No, it doesn't have electric. To diagnose, see if it doesn't have any of those components connected. Oh, that's great. Okay, and then last thing we're quickly just going to cover is going to be see if we can get one of these engines to catch on fire or blow up. Let's see. So let's start one of these engines. We'll increase the throttle to full and then see if we can get the temperature up quite high. Let's see if I can disengage that. Okay, so you can see the temperature is now starting to rise. Let's see if we can get it to a high enough temperature for it to actually maybe start catching on fire or blowing up. Now, one thing they did say in one of the patches a few days ago is that if you run your engine at full throttle, the temperature will definitely go up. You'll have to do quite a bit of cooling to actually get it to keep it at a low temperature. As you can see here, I do have just a normal radiator connected to it, and it is rising quite a bit. So let's just go ahead, step back a little bit and see what happens. You can see it's still rising over there. Let's see what we're on now. So we're on 84, slowly rising. Let's see. What we'll do is we'll start getting the other engines going in the meantime, and see if we can't get these to overheat also at the same time. Okay, this engine is on 90, it's starting to climb. It's climbing slowly. This engine's already on nearly on 50. That's great. Okay. What are we on now? Oh, we're slowly climbing. It's getting up. It's getting up there. It's taking a bit of time though. Okay. What are we on here? Okay, we're already on 70 here. So we'll see how that gets on. Ooh, that engine's just died. Oh, okay, so you can see here now, engine status, we can see we've run out of fuel. So that's great. So that's another thing, that's a great way to diagnose if you're in a boat and you're going around, you don't know what's wrong, you think you have everything connected, just go to the engine and see what's wrong with it, and you can see it's run out of fuel. So we'll go over here and, oh, we've run out of fuel here also. Damn, I was really hoping to get one of these engines to overheat. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll quickly just despawn this, and then what we'll do is we'll get rid of the actual coolant and see if we can get it to overheat that way by removing the radiator directly. Okay, let's go ahead and spawn that in quickly and see if we can get it to explode or catch on fire. It seems like we've now removed the radiator to that. So go ahead, leave that, take that off. Okay, now you can see the temperature is rising quite quickly. So I think we should be able to get this one to catch on fire. Okay, we're already on 80, 90, 100, 110. Uh-oh, I'm gonna step back. You can see it's starting to go black. Is it gonna catch on fire? Oh, let's go check the temperature. Ooh, 150. Come on. What's gonna happen? Oh, wow, that gave me a fright. So that's completely exploded and now on fire. The engine is still running. You can see here it's got the overheated status on it now. Wow, that's really cool. Okay, so that's going to add some really nice components to the game. I can't believe it's still running. What's the temperature? It's 180 and still calming. Wow. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. And then we'll see. Okay, so temperature's dropping. And then I'm guessing that, is that fire going to turn itself off, or... I wonder. No, the fire stays. Okay, so if it does explode, it looks like the fire stays and actually will burn. You'll have to go and go ahead and have some type of fire extinguisher or something to get it to get rid of that fire. Okay, great. Well, guys, I'm going to end it there. I know it was a quick, nice, short little video. I hope you enjoyed it. Found it somewhat informative. As always, please don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.